You still party hard like every night on the road or no?
Not every night, but I get one big night in on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday weekend. Friday is usually the big one.
The big night out.
But it's
now
getting older.
On this fully loaded thing, you're definitely going to throw down.
I know. And then Diaz is there, and Big J, and
Diaz is going to give you guys all fucking stars. You know,
I can't fuck with that shit,
dude.
I'm going to fake.
You know what he'll do? He'll do that. He'll be like, "What are you, fucking Momo?" And then he'll be like, "You're not going to do it." It's fucking it's fucking like a little chick in a skirt, and then he'll cut a corner off, eat that.
Okay.
And you'll be like, all right. And then an hour later, you'll be like,
have you done that with him?
Yeah, dude.
I can't do that shit.
Dude,
I freak out.
So I did his podcast. This is like, I don't know how many, like 7-8 years ago. And he's like, eat one of these. I'm like, no. And he's like, why not? I'm like, because it's fucking 800 milligrams, dude.
Yeah.
So he cuts a corner off. Like I'm telling you, he's like, eat that. And I'm like, all right. Like that's literally, it's like you could put it between these two little things. And, you know, it tastes like you're eating a crumb of a cookie or something.
Right.
So I'm like, this is fine. I sit there. We do the podcast like this. By the end of it, I'm like, and I don't realize how fucked up I am, right? I'm like, all right, it was good to see you, man. I go downstairs. I have my car out front. I get on, I put on the directions, and it's like, make a right onto the freeway. And I drive straight, and I was like, oh, shit. It was right there. I'm like, fuck. So I go, all right, I'll turn around. So I turn around, and now it says make a left on the freeway. I drive past it again. I'm like, motherfucker.
Oh, boy.
So then I turn around again, and as I'm pulling up to that entrance, I'm not doing anything wrong, but I look to my left, and it's LAPD, and I'm like, I'm just like panicked, you know?
Oh, yeah, of
So
course.
Instead of turning on the freeway, I'm like, don't get on the freeway. You're too fucked up. I just go straight. I pull onto Ventura, which is like the big street in the valley. I pull into a Ralph's parking lot, and I just put the car in park, and I'm like, fuck. And I just turn my head to the right, and in the car next to me, looking at me like this, is Dice.
What? No way.
Yes, I swear to God. And I'm like, I feel like, you know, I'm tripping right now.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just out of my mind. And I'm like, there's no way I can drive, right? There's no fucking way I can drive. So I call an Uber, and
You left your car?
I left my car at the Ralph's.
Wow.
And I'm so fucked up that, like, first of all, the Uber driver is a woman, which is pretty, like, kind of rare, I guess. And I'm like, I'm cool, don't worry. And she's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, there's no way I could do this right now. I keep telling her, I'm like, there's no way I could do this. She's like, okay. And I'm like, because I'm like super fucked up. And she's like, great. And I just keep repeating it to her. I'm like, yeah, you know, I was like, just saw the turns you made. There's no way I could handle this. She's like, all right, man. Like,
meanwhile, Diaz is doing his taxes. He's not even phased at all.
He's fine. And he also ate like 3.
Ah.
Yeah. And what he would do is he would, you know, the funny thing, he would do the podcast. He would talk at you for like 70 minutes straight. And then I was robbing this guy in San Francisco. And then you're like, God.
I remember doing his pod. Literally, I got so many messages. Don't take the drugs.
Oh, dude.
I got all those messages. Don't take the drugs. I was like, all right.
He talks so much, and you actually feel like you're like at a show or something, right? You're like, you're listening to him,
Right.
and then like you're so like kind of mesmerized by all the wild shit he's saying. And then he's like, "What's going on with you?" And you're like, "After that," like, and then I'm like, "I don't know. I just I have a book out," and then you look at him, he's like.
Oh, yeah.
He's like zonked.
Well, you know what's crazy is that like you're doing Colbert. It's like we're sending a COVID nurse. We're going to take care of you. You do Joey's podcast. You're going to get drugged.
Right.
More people might listen to this.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Crazy.
Good
Crazy.
point.
That's crazy to me.
This guy's kidnapped a person. He has an Uzi.
Yeah. This guy pled down from armed kidnapping.
Wow.
Armed
That's
kidnapping.
a credit.
He was supposed to do 25 years.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you get out of it?
The lawyers, he got a plea offer.
He gave him a crumb.
If he pled guilty to a lesser charge, and he took it. And yeah.
Wow.
It's funny what we get in trouble for. You know, people are like, he said this on a podcast. You're like, well, he also put a person in a truck. You're like, that's fine.
Yeah. He had an Uzi with him.
Yeah, we're not. This is not the same levels we're doing. This is not. Yeah.
Oh,
You could be mad about that.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
Oh, that's a comedy special. Diaz buying an Uzi.
Oh, my
that I'd like to
God.
see in Jersey somewhere.
That is crazy that you were. I mean, that scares me on these pods, like the drugs, and then you're just like, so this is just in the world now forever.
This is
just
recorded.
Me fucked up.
Oh yeah.
Yep, you got that right.